Okay, if you are in psychiatric drug withdrawal and either through tapering or you've gotten off your meds and you're dealing with some acute symptoms, I just want to, and you're experiencing a wave today and you're experiencing a lot of negative thoughts, then stay tuned because this video is for you because I want to give you some encouragement in the midst of your wave. My name's Joanna. I was medicated for 10 years and I went through a very hard withdrawal experience that lasted several years, and I have come out the other side, and I'm just so glad to be able to be healthy and walking with others through their healing process as a coach. So if you're looking for more support and would like to meet with me, you can find the link in the video description to meet with me one-on-one or to be part of supportive groups in your healing process. But today, what I want to share with you about is the truth when you are in a wave. So, when you are in a wave, you might be having some of your worst symptoms you have ever imagined in your life. And they might not even feel like symptoms to you. It might feel like this is the real you, and this is as good as it gets. And this is the real you revealing itself now that you aren't on the meds or some other such nonsense. So you might be having a lot of negative thoughts like, I am just so weak. Why can't I get anything done? I'm so lame. I can't even focus and accomplish a task very well. What is wrong with me? I must have a disability. I'm non-functional. I wrote some of these down. Maybe even like I'm a bad person, and you're having like really bad or negative memories, or just memories of distorted memories of things from the past. You might even be having feelings that like this is all your fault and you shouldn't have ever been on the meds and it's all your fault you got in this situation. You might be like really, really like looping around how you got into this situation and how much pain you're in. You might be feeling like I can't do anything right. I'm a hopeless mess, and be like circling around why you're a hopeless mess. Maybe it's because I did this wrong or that wrong in my past. And you might be coming up with all kinds of stories in your head about what is really wrong with you and how you're never going to get better and you're just so miserable. These are all wave thoughts. And so I just want to like name that this is not you. This is not you just like deciding to have these negative thoughts. This is what it's like to be in a wave. It can get so negative and so discouraging because there's all of these negative automatic thoughts that can be just popping into your head. And you might even be having like suicidal ideation popping into your head, just all kinds of severe or terrible or worst case scenario thoughts, either about the past and like really dark interpretations, um, or about the future and really dark catastrophizing. Um, and it might feel really severe and really convincing. And so I'm just here to tell you, like, those are negative thoughts that come from being in a wave of psychiatric drug withdrawal. They are a symptom of being in withdrawal. In withdrawal, your brain is sort of like on these rations for any kind of like a little bit of serotonin or a little bit of dopamine. And so in that like very like lowly supplied place, your brain is just going to come up with these ideas and these stories about what happened and why you're feeling so bad. And so that's just your brain trying to work on a healing process and trying to come up with reasons. And part of that is like a great sort of healing process that our brain kind of automatically becomes part of, because it's like, oh, I'm in pain. What did I do wrong that caused this that I can fix? And so it's in some ways our brain's response to the pain. And so what you're going to need to remind yourself and to hear again and again and again is that no, this isn't because of some thing you did wrong. And this isn't because you are permanently screwed or you have some terrible life trajectory or any of that. This is simply because you're coming off of a psychiatric medication that your brain has been dependent on, and your brain is having a hard time adjusting at the moment. And so that's like a painful process, and your brain is having to figure out how to regulate and bring all of that production back online for regulating and for like healing those receptors and those nerve endings for producing those chemicals on your own in your brain. And so in the midst of that, your mind is coming up with stories. And so I just encourage you that the true story is that this is a withdrawal process, a brain healing process, and that the worst case scenario stuff isn't true, and the worst perspective of yourself isn't true. You are a lovely person, and God made you, and you are loved, and you belong, and you are needed, and you have gifts and talents and rich life experiences and a future. And those are all things that are true. And right now may get very clouded in the midst of the wave, and you might not be able to see that stuff, all that good and all the true. And so I just want to encourage you that all those good, true things you will be able to see again, and they will be like obvious to you again. You will heal. So, and if you have a window is when those symptoms lift and you feel more yourself and you feel like you can focus and think more clearly and enjoy an activity. That's a window. That's a picture of the real you. And you are headed towards that. So this wave is not giving you an accurate picture of the truth of how much hope there is, of who you truly are and all the good that is ahead for you, of all the good about your purpose and your relationships and your talents and just who you are at the core of who you are, even apart from all what you can contribute, but just who you are is a gift, and who you are is needed in this world, and is so much more than what you can see and feel in the moment of a wave. And so I just encourage you to hold on, that this is not all there is. There is so much good ahead. And not just good that you will like theoretically, cognitively assent to, like, okay, yes, I agree. It's best that I keep moving forward. But good that you will truly experience and be persuaded of and fully experience in your mind, in your brain, in your body, and in your life and in your experiences. And so I just want to encourage you with that there is so much good ahead. This is not all there is. I was in such deep, dark, dark, dark places that felt like I could not even conceptualize how that could turn around. And yet it could. And so sometimes you just have to hold on to what other people say who have been through it, and like hold on to those evidences of healing that, like, just like others have healed and have come through this horrible experience, you can heal too and come out the other side and be having a really good perspective and feel grounded and secure and feel joy and laughter. Um, and just re-engage with life and not feel like you're on the outside or you're an outcast, or alienated from ordinary life. A lot of those experiences are part of being in a wave or being in a really hard withdrawal process of just feeling alienated from ourselves or from our relationships or from ordinary life activities. But that will resolve as you heal and you will re-emerge from this. And so I just want you to take heart and to know that, and just know you can meet with me if you're looking for more support, or join one of our support groups. Um, so you can find that on the link in the video description, but just know that I'm cheering you on and that there is so much good ahead, and that this moment is not representative of the rest of how your life is going to go at all. There is so much more and so much better things to come. All right, so we'll talk to you soon. Bye.